Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Zubin Zaveri, and I welcome all of you to this particular channel where we will do some analysis on Nifty, Bank Nifty, and various other sectors. And along with that, we will also look at what are the other sentiment indicators and the diffusion indicators are hinting us about the market direction. And as well as if you have any questions, you can feel free to type it in the comment box, and we will take up your queries also one by one. And last 10 minutes or so will be completely we will be spending on question and answer round. All right. So very quickly, let me share my screen, and yes, you can see Nifty chart. I'll come to RRG later on. Let me take up a Nifty 15-minute chart first. And what did we see yesterday? Yesterday we saw that Nifty went above this 40 EMA on the 15-minute time frame chart with a nice gap. Overall, it gave a closing above it, but then today, with again a nice gap down opening, it went below it, and one, two, and almost over here the third time it stayed below the 40 EMA once again. All right, so on a 15-minute time frame chart, we can see that it's completely sideways since many days. All right, momentum indicator is also kind of a flat, but has still in a bullish mood. All right, let me take up 75-minute chart. So on the 75-minute chart, um, 40 EMA is acting like a resistance. Bollinger Band has gone into a squeeze. Squeeze meaning the upper band and the lower Bollinger Band, the distance between them is very narrow. All right, and we right now momentum indicator is also kind of a flat. So on looking at this particular chart, we will have to wait for either Nifty to go above the upper Bollinger Band or below the lower Bollinger Band. All right, and then follow the direction. Okay, let's look at the daily time frame chart. On the daily time frame chart, we have seen that the 61.8% retracement level over here is still acting like a good support level. It's somewhere near 23,200 levels. So 23,200 is a good support, and again below that 23,000, that is let me just zoom in over here. So over here on 13th January low, 13th January low is somewhere near 23,040. So this low 23,000 is a support level for Nifty on this daily chart. The momentum indicator has gone flat, so it's not indicating anything much right now on this daily chart. If you look at the weekly time frame chart, this week, today Nifty has given a green candle near the lower Bollinger Band. Momentum indicator is still in a bearish mode, and Nifty is trading below the 40 EMA of the weekly chart. So on a weekly basis, if 23,000 is broken, that we saw on the 75-minute or on the daily chart, we saw that 23,000 is a good support level. So if that is broken, then below 61.8, that is 78.6, comes to 22,360. So that level will become the next support level for Nifty. All right. Now let's look at the sentiment indicator first, and try to understand what can happen. So we look at the daily swing. So you can see that after on 13th January, when the daily swing indicator went oversold, it quickly rose up and it's almost near the overbought area. But Nifty as such did not give a strong bounce back. So which means that we are still in a downward trend, maybe one more green candle, if at all, a green candle or a small doji if it appears, what could happen is that this daily swing indicator can quickly go to the overbought zone like this. Yeah, it can go to the overbought zone like this, and then when it starts falling down, after that maybe nifty can start cracking down once again. Okay, so since this is a downtrend, the oversold conditions, like what happened over here. See, after a nice green candle on 2nd of January, the momentum had turned bullish. But what happened? It took resistance from this particular trend line over here. Let me draw and connect this. Yeah, so it was not near the resistance at all. It was below the resistance priorly, and after this green color candle, when daily swing indicator turned negative, we saw some big red candles coming in over here. So something like this could happen once again over here, because the daily swing is in the over bought territory. It is somewhere near, it's still climbing, so maybe on a Monday we can see a little bit bullish bias, but then we have to understand what's happening next. Similarly, average swing also, it is still not reached its oversold. It's in fact, it's still not reached its overbought. All right, it's still bouncing from the oversold levels. So maybe we can see some more sideways to a kind of a little bit bullish bias on Monday. All right, so 23,000 all in all is to be watched out for. That is a big support level. um, on the diffusion indicators, what I can see is that percentage of stocks above 100 SMA. So trying to get some medium term outlook for the market. And right now the index chart that you can see is Nifty Small Cap 100. uh, what had happened was, this was a gap down opening which was acting like a resistance level, and it has almost cleared this gap on the upside. Now what we can see is that, yeah, see, now this gap is cleared. Yeah, the prices is closed above this particular gap area. Now there is this very strong, again, one gap up opening over here, a small gap, and another one gap over here. So for the small cap index, this rectangle over here will act like a support level, and you can see this percentage of stocks above 100 SMA. This particular indicator is trying to bounce back from the oversold territory. So yes, we have a hope from the small cap index that it can, maybe it can give a bounce back up to where. So like we find supports, Fibonacci supports, we can find Fibonacci resistance. So from the top of this to the bottom, if we draw, then 50% and 61.8% is somewhere around these levels, 18,200 and 18,500 levels. So immediate 17,900 will be the resistance for small cap index. Similarly, let me see mid cap index. In the mid cap index, the same thing, percentage of stock above 100 SMA is bouncing back from the oversold levels, and almost the chart is similar to the small cap chart. So let me very quickly go to Nifty 500. On the Nifty 500, this indicator is still in the oversold. It has not given a bounce back, and the overall stocks, the 500 stocks, has collectively not bounced back, and that's why this particular index is seen some small doji. So like after this particular pattern over here, bullish harami pattern, that is a trend reversal pattern, we are seeing these three dojis, tri-star dojis. So it seems like something big is going to come, either up or either down. So right now the market is staying very quiet. That's what I'm getting a sense of. All right. And finally, Nifty 50. Look at this. So on this Nifty 50, this particular indicator has still gone below further in the deep oversold region. The reading is only 8. So it's really very low. And because it is a low, it is at its low, we can see a sharp bounce back. Yeah, something like this had happened over here. Yeah, last yesterday also we saw the same thing. Something like this can happen. Here you can see, so it went completely low, and then after that it bounced back. It went after a bounce back, it made a lower low, but creating a bullish divergence. So something like this nifty movement that had happened, we can expect such movements now in the coming week, something like this. All right, something over here, something like this we can expect. But yeah, this indicator is at its extreme, so expecting a bounce back. And okay, can I ask you guys one question? If nifty has to bounce back, which stock is a heavyweight? Yeah, which stock can be a heavyweight over here? वॉल्यूम पर वीडियो बनाओ, श्योर डेफिनेटली वॉल्यूम पे बनाएंगे हम लोग. या हाय मृदुल जी. HDFC, Reliance, yes, absolutely, absolutely right. Okay, so we'll have a look at Reliance and HDFC Bank. All right, but just give me some time. Today, what had happened to Reliance? I'm sure you all know. Reliance gave a nice gap up opening. All right, let's get back to chart once again, and let's see Reliance. Reliance. Reliance IND. Reliance Industries charts. And if we look at the interactive chart, on the interactive chart, I'll place our own indicators Z. So yeah, we had a Bollinger Band squeeze. Yeah, can you see my guys, my friends? There was a nice squeeze over here. So I'm sure you know like how to change the layout also. Simply just move your mouse and you will get the desired screen. So yeah, this was a Bollinger Band squeeze. Prices had on Thursday. Yeah, that is 16th January. Yesterday, it closed above its 40 EMA, and the RMI had given a buy signal long ago on 1st of January itself, right? And today we saw a nice gap up opening. Okay, and Reliance Industries has broken above this particular trend line, and maybe the next resistance level for Reliance would be at this trend line. Okay, and now what I can also sense that the trend was down initially. Over here it made one bottom. Over here it made another bottom, and between these two bottoms, this is one resistance level, that is the top. So seems like a double bottom, and there could be a breakout. But immediately after a breakout, if there is a breakout, nifty Reliance can test this particular resistance level. So if nifty has to bounce back strongly, so one Reliance has to perform. All right, the next resistance level, you can also take this gap area of Reliance as its resistance level. And the new gap that it created today, the gap up opening, this level will become its support level. All right, now, so let me look at the weekly chart also of Reliance. So on this particular weekly chart, what has happened is, let me just remove everything. Okay. Uh, so on this weekly chart, RMI has given a bullish crossover this week. Um Kind of a volatility divergence. Prices had gone below its lower Bollinger Band, and this time, during the second low that it made over here, it did not even touch the lower band. So maybe the prices are trying to revert back to its mean, to this median line, which is currently placed at 1330. So maybe, Reliance inching a little bit upwards can help Nifty also inch upwards. Similarly, let's look at HDFC Bank, another heavyweight. The weekly chart is in a bearish mode. The momentum is in the bearish mode, and on the daily chart, it may give a bullish crossover. All right, but still right now in a bearish mode. So we have two heavyweights. One momentum is in a bullish mode, and the other momentum is in a bearish mode. So it's like completely, tug of war between these two heavyweights, right? Let's also look at Bank Nifty chart very quickly. On the Bank Nifty front, over here on the daily chart, let me pull up our indices, and in the index, let me remove this. Okay, so the Bank Nifty on the daily chart is maybe in a buy mode. All right, but still it is a red candle, so it's not a clear cut bullish crossover. Maybe uh, move upwards over here, a green candle on a Monday, it may help. Or if there is a red candle once again down here, this momentum indicator will turn bearish once again. On the 75-minute chart of Bank Nifty, what can we see? So, yep, this area is acting, initially there was a gap up, and then at the same levels, a little bit above, there is a gap down, which is acting like a resistance. Bank Nifty is below their moving averages, 40 and 20. Um, RMI is also in a bearish mode. So, Bank Nifty is still, kind of underperforming the overall market. So we have to watch out for Bank Nifty. It is still not bullish. So you know it's a classic Dow theory principle, which says that averages must be in sync. All right, so one average, that is Nifty, is looking a little bit on a bullish side. May bounce back is expected, but the Bank Nifty, the other index, is on a bearish momentum. So things are not quite in tandem. Better be very, very, very cautious, right? Okay. So any other questions that has come up over here? Let me check. Bank sector not, yes, absolutely, Mridulji. Bank sector not looking good. ज्वेलरी स्टॉक डाउन जा रहा है, क्यों? ओके, thank you. Okay, railway, defense, and fertilizer stock in momentum for budget. I have the stocks in watch list. Okay, so one by one now. Also, let me look at the RRG charts on the sector wise. Okay, uh, let's try to understand which sector could give some movement on the RRG. Here it is. So that's a weekly chart of RRG. All right. On the weekly chart in this week, what has crossed borders? We'll see that. So first, Reliance chart we have seen, which is in the oil and gas. Okay, last week, the momentum of oil and gas was only 99.53, and this week it has changed to 100.16. So this week, oil and gas has crossed borders from lagging to improving quadrant, which is a good sign. Similarly, even the auto sector, yeah, auto sector, which I have always said that, consider it as a, another barometer of our economy, which is showing signs of momentum, is this is a good sign for market as well. All right. Similarly, infra was already over here at a little bit more momentum is seen from here. Yeah, so the momentum has increased from this week. It was 100.05 and now it's 100.30. So slight increase in infra momentum, and which is this one, Nifty India Manufacturing Index. Okay, that has also crossed its border. Metal is right behind it, so we'll wait for metal. Consumer is sloping upwards. You can see that PSU Bank had lost momentum and it's still slugging. Bank Nifty, Private Bank, and Fin Nifty. See, their momentum has completely, it's lost. So those are the sectors which are pulling Nifty down. All right, and even CNX IT has crossed from leading to weakening. So we'll have to check now whether CNX IT is again turning back or it's heading towards the lagging quadrant. So maybe next week is still not very sure about it. Okay, let's look at the daily chart today. What has today the market has again came down a little bit of correction, and what led FMCG down, auto down. Uh, all right, IT also in and out over here. Oil and gas in the leading sector segment. Metal is trying to perform. So today the metal has shown some momentum. So maybe on Monday you can look at the metal counters like Steel Authority or Tata Steel or various other metal counters. And even infrastructure, my friends, look at this infrastructure also from lagging, it is trying to cross border. Right, a little bit of more momentum will take this index into the improving one. So these are the ones to watch out for on Monday. All right, so now let me see if there are other questions out here. Railway, defense, and fertilizer stock in momentum for budget. I have these stocks in the watch list. Okay, Mridul ji. Yes, in railway stocks like IRCon and IRFC, these are the general stocks. Basically it, they show some momentum and volatility before the budget. Okay, even the fertilizer stock, yes. So one of the stock that let's see one stock from each uh, segment. Let me take RCF from this thing. Let me pull up the interactive chart and put up the. So on this particular daily time frame chart, yeah, today we can see some volumes over here taking resistance from the averages, and momentum is still not bullish. Let me look at weekly. So weekly, it's still on a nothing much to be shown. NFL. Let me look at national fertilizers. So weekly chart. So the Bollinger Bands are contracting towards each other. So not much of momentum can be expected. There is no volume also as such right now. So we'll have to see whether this stock is moving above their moving averages resistance with volume or not. Okay, good thing is that there is some nice volume that has happened when the price increased, and after it declined and remained consolidated, the volumes also went dry. So the same thing happened over here in the month of January. Okay, and from 2000 last 2024, that last year, the same thing had happened over here. So till the budget 29th of January, you can see it made a top. So before the budget, it rallied and then it just went down. It gave a good correction. So okay, just watch out. You can still watch out for that. Okay. In gems and jewelry, Kalyan Jewelers. Yeah, the weekly chart is showing price decline with increase in volume, prices closing below the 40 EMA, which seems kind of a bearish thing to me right now. Okay, maybe there, if it has corrected so much, it can give a bounce back, and if it gives a bounce back, this gap down area would act like a resistance area for this particular stock. Okay. ITI stock. Okay, let me look at ITI. So ITI on the daily chart has corrected from the upper band to and went below the median line, and taking support from the 40-day moving average EMA, exponential moving average. Rohit momentum, it had given a nice buy signal over here below the zero line, and it has completed, by touching, coming down to zero and touching the zero line. It has completed its one cycle. So from year to year, ITI one cycle is complete. Now probably again we'll have to wait, whether again there is a new buying crossover or bullish crossover happening or not. Our price is staying above this 40 EMA or not, and then we'll decide. All right. What's the scene on the weekly chart? On the weekly chart as well, see, there's a big sell off that has happened over here last week, and today there is some continuation. So it may just cool off. Last week it was in focus. It went up with volumes, but now again it's cooling off. Okay. Okay. Praj Industries. Okay, Praj Industries, Vijay ji. Let me look over here itself. Praj Industries. So Praj here, okay, so Praj had given a nice gap up opening 2 days back. I'm sorry, that is on 16th. It gave a gap up opening and then came down, and today it closed above the moving averages. That is a good thing. But overall, if you see, Praj, it is in a kind of a gentle sloping upward channel like this over here. So maybe, for a very short term, maybe a day or two, you can expect this. But overall, uh, on the weekly chart, let me see. So on a weekly chart, see, the momentum is not so strong. It's kind of a bearish momentum. So for a day or so, if you are holding it, this 860 is acting like a very strong resistance level, and immediately this gap up opening over here, that is around 740, 750. These levels will act like a support level for Praj. Okay. Any other chart? No. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me just show you this chart once again. So I hope you can see the chart of Praj. So Praj, I had shown you this on the weekly chart, or on this daily chart itself. It's going up in a channel. All right. So 8 850, 860 is acting like a resistance, and this gap area is acting like a support level for Praj. All right, and the weekly momentum is the weekly momentum is also not so strong. All right. uh, can you check Reliance 200 week EMA? I think last time it touched 200 EMA weekly March. Okay, let me see Reliance weekly chart. So here's Reliance weekly chart. You want to see 200 EMA. Okay, so let me insert one more indicator, EMA, and convert this into 200. And let me change the color to maybe purple. Okay, so yes, on the weekly chart, 200 week EMA is acting like a good support level for Reliance. And yeah, you are right. And what's the scene on the daily chart? On the daily chart, the same 200 EMA will act like a resistance also. Yeah, so that is coming at 1356, and weekly EMA is coming at 1226. So 1326 and 1226, 100 point difference is uh, Hasnain Rupani ji. So that 100 point difference is the area in which Reliance is trading in between. Okay. I feel dollar index and US market are two things making global. Yeah, so there is some divergence if you look at the US markets right now. Uh, Let me check. Let me see Nasdaq chart. So Nasdaq 100. So on the daily chart, Nasdaq 100 over here, it gave a nice gap up opening yesterday. So that is a support, but still, if you look at the structure, it is making lower tops and lower bottoms over here like this. Okay, momentum is also not so strong enough. So we'll have to see whether US markets, that is this Nasdaq, is it breaking above or below this particular channel line. Okay, so momentum is not so strong on the weekly chart. Nasdaq again, it has taken support from the median line. All right, and till the index is above this median line, okay, there will be a little bit of bullish bias. The volumes have started going down. You can see this. So when the index corrected from 22,000 and it came down a little bit over here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So in this 5 weeks, you can see the volumes has also come down. All right, but a big sell-off has happened over here in the first week with this red candle. A bearish engulfing pattern was formed, and with volumes. So again, it's a little bit of dicey. Rohit, momentum on the Nifty weekly chart. I showed you. Let me show you once again, and then we can end the session. So Nifty on the daily, on the weekly time frame chart, momentum indicator is in a bearish mode, and on the daily time frame chart, it is still in a bearish mode, but it's flattened out. All right. So remember, Nifty support, immediate support is at 23,200, which is just it's at 23,200. So 23,000, a round number, will become a strong support for Nifty, and on the higher side, 23,000 400, 23,450 will act like a resistance level for Nifty. Okay, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this particular session. So I, as you all know, I'll just once again remind you that we will be doing this live analysis on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday will be in Hindi. Tuesday and Friday will be in English. All right. So all the very best. Stay tuned, and Have a great weekend ahead. Right? See you. Bye bye.